Hello YouTube, this is Lisa. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I'm doing great. I am outside of work on my lunch break. So today is Wednesday, February 8th, and it is supposed to get like 70 degrees today, February, in North Alabama. 70 degrees. We're expecting a storm tonight, so it's probably going to rain and flood the garden again. It kind of dried out some, but it's still a lot of moisture out there. And I'm going to go, and when I get home this evening, I will cover my garlic because they're in those big heavy-duty plastic containers. So I still have the tops to them. And I'm going to put those on so that my garlic won't drown. We've been getting a lot of rain. February is usually our rainy month. Not just rain, but like flood kind of rains. And it happens a lot, but it just seems like it's been a lot of floods here lately. And it's very heartbreaking to see your garden like underwater like that. And I know it'll be okay because it has happened before, but I have always seen it from inside the house. And just being up close, see it like flooded like that, it was like, oh wow. And but it'll be okay. So, but I didn't get out there to try to clean up and move my wood chips and stuff back around, but I'll eventually be able to get to do that. I just was coming on a quick minute to just talk about a couple things, not really much important, but last year, late fall, I kind of did a video and I was just saying about some plants that I don't think I'll plant again this year, and the ones that I will plant this year. And I talked about some things that I wanted to add to my garden. Every year, you know, if gardening is going to be your thing, unless you're just some wealthy person, it's hard to get your garden set up the way you want it at the beginning. So every year you just kind of do something different or expand or add something to just kind of make gardening easier for you and not harder. And that's what we're always striving for. I mean, we love digging in the dirt and planting our vegetables and harvesting and everything, but it can be hard work. And so if you can do some things to make some things easier for you, it makes it more enjoyable. So we had problems last year with, I guess, some little four-legged pests that was coming in and eating our cantaloupes and honeydew melons. Our honeydew melons, they were so good, y'all. They were so good. And something kept coming. 5 of them, they went down into 5 of our honeydew melons. Ooh, that just really done something to me. So this year, my sister and I are going to get us a fence to put up because my sister is more terrified of stuff, like animals and stuff, than I am. So like the coyote she saw last year, she don't be quick to go outside too much now. And so we will be getting a fence to put up this year around our garden so that we can hopefully keep something or whatever out of, you know, from eating our vegetables, fruit and vegetables. Another thing that I know everyone battled with last year because it was so hot everywhere, is watering. And so our garden expanded last year, and it was hard to get out there and water, and it really needed watering last year because it was so hot. We would have like days and weeks of every day getting up to like 110 degrees. So your garden needs watering when it's getting that hot. And so I also want to try and get irrigation put in so that it can be hooked up to a timer, and the garden can get the watering it needs. When it gets real hot, it's better for your plants to be watered in the morning time when it's not so hot, and they can just really get the watering that they need, and the sun is not beaming down on them, because it's hard on them when they're wet from watering, and then the sun is shining down on them, and it just kind of bakes the leaves and everything on them. We also wanted to get some cattle panel, and I have a way to haul stuff like that now, and so we will be getting cattle panel for trellising, and my sister wants to do muscadines and some other things that need a heavy duty trellis like that. And so we will be doing that. So we also we have PVC pipes to make like hoops, make a hoop house over our beds so that we can cover them and protect them from frost or freezes or whatever. If we need to put shade cloth over them, and have the hoops, and you put your covering, whether it's the fabric protection or plastic or shade cloth or whatever. We're gonna get the hoops put in. Like I said, we have the hoops already, but they just laying over there in the yard, so we got to put those up. We also want a harvesting table, and we want to put a sink in it, so like when we harvest stuff, we can wash our harvest out on this table. And Mr. Hollis over at Hollis and Nancy's Homesteading, he has built so many different kind of tables for his garden, and he is such a great gardener. I just love watching his channel, and Miss Nancy cooking and everything. And so, but he have a harvesting table, and has the hardware cloth, and it's the wire little squares, and he has a sink and running water and all that. And so when they harvest, they can clean all their vegetables and everything there, and then they can move it into the house. It's hard taking plants on in the house. You can do it the best you can with a hose pipe on the ground, but then it's hard, taking them on in the house, because they still got bugs and stuff on them sometimes. And and that may not come this year. I don't know. We'll see. Because fencing and irrigate, everything is so flipping expensive now. Because I've been looking at it for the last couple years, and now they're just over and over. And I told my sister last night, I said, fencing now is the kind that we need or want is over $200 now. And so when I first started looking at it in 2021, it was like $90, maybe $100 for a roll of 100 feet. Now it's over $200. So we got to do that. We got to get the fencing this year. We can't wait. But another thing that may happen this year, may not. We want to build a shelf, a big heavy duty shelf. So like when we pick our onions, our tomatoes, our potatoes, sweet potatoes, stuff like that needs to sit or cure. Just have this shelf that they can sit on to go through that process. That may not happen this year. I don't know. But it's just what we want. And so also we'll probably be looking into getting some fruit trees. My sister already has a fig plant and it's growing, it's getting bigger. And so it's some other stuff that we kind of want to look into getting into. She wanted more figs. She's found out she likes figs. So she wants to get some other fig trees. And so we may do some apples and maybe pears. My neighbor has a pear tree. And he's always telling us we can come over and get whatever we want. Because we like to make preserves and we like to make pear butter and apple butter and stuff like that. So we may end up getting some other fruit trees to go in the yard as well. And we will just be investing in more like roll cover because we just did not have the protection that we needed. Last year, the freeze right before Christmas, that was unusual. And I think here we had not had a freeze like that since like 1980 or 81. And so that was unusual. But who's to say that won't happen again? So I saw like Georgia Peach Nut and Broke Farmer 76. They were wrapping their plants in bubble wrap and tarps and everything. And then when they covered them and everything too, but their fruit trees came out fine. And so it's just some like roll covers and stuff like that I'm going to try and get so that I can protect my plants more, because I lost everything that I had in that freeze. But that wasn't the first freeze that kind of hit my garden. I started getting freezes here in North Alabama in October. So right before Thanksgiving, I had a freeze. We had like 3 nights that got down like to 22 degrees. I lost all my broccoli. And then the week before Thanksgiving, we had another freeze. And then I lost I lost my rutabagas. I lost some of my collard greens and mustard greens and stuff. And then the one after Christmas, that just took everything else out except for my garlic. And so if I don't do something, this flooding may take care of them. And so, but you know, it's just some things you have to go ahead. If you're going to have a garden outside, it's some things that you just going to have to go ahead and spend money on and invest to try and protect your plants in the garden. So that's just kind of all I wanted to talk about today. You all have been so inspiring. I've been having a lot of subscribers to send me comments and saying that I have dropped some seeds or I have sowed some seeds. I have so inspired in your video and I went and planted some seeds and all that. And that is so exciting to me. And I appreciate you all watching my videos, and any questions that you may have, just let me know. And I will be more than glad to answer any questions that I can. And if I can't answer it, I will find you an answer and let you know an answer. And so you all stay well, you all stay safe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.